Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Welcome back to another news I missed, where I go over news I missed because there's always tons of stuff happening over the week in the cryptocurrency space and all the extra stuff I bring over here to you. As always, a great way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. You're going to see a pattern, and it's just because of how the news is. Nike, I say Nike, has filed, and I know somebody was like, who says Nike? Nike has filed several requests with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for branded virtual goods, including shoes, clothing, and accessories, and I will explain more in a couple of seconds. Nike could be the next company to enter the metaverse. According to the USPTO website, the Oregon-based sportwear company filed several requests with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office in late October. The filings look to protect Nike's trademark in the category of downloadable virtual goods with the intention for online and in-online virtual worlds. The 7 filings list the Nike and Jordan trademarks with their respective logos and the Just Do It tagline. Each listing registers a trademark for use on digital versions of footwear, clothing, headwear, eyewear, bags, backpacks, art, toys, and sports equipment. Backing it up a little tiny bit, for those of you who have no idea how gigantimous the sneaker sports / Jordan's world is, take 5 minutes to watch any documentary, any video about it. It is massive, like unworldly massive, how big the sneaker world is. The second part is, once again, the NFT space is going to be around for a very long time, if not forever, as things continue to get more and more digitized. The idea of digital sneakers, digital backpacks, headwear, whatever you want to call it, seems a bit confusing to a lot of people. The metaverse that you have heard of or have seen from the little presentation that Facebook gave is not going to be the exact metaverse. What Facebook is presenting is this idea of you put a headset on, you kind of dive into this thing, and you're in this other digital world with people. That is going to be part of it as well. Gotcha. But the other part is going to be actual digital wearables in the real world. So the idea will be, remember how Google had the Google Glass, and basically you walk down the street and you can see everything in the internet and go, wow, we're in the future. The idea is that the technology has already developed. So eventually normal glasses, like mine, will be able to have something that filtered over it and will be able to be online. We are ready if you haven't seen it. Okay. If you haven't seen it, there are even like contact lenses that can also like take photos and take videos. You can find it online, yada, yada, yada. The idea being in the future, we will be able to walk down the street as we want, when we wish, however, and basically have a lens on, have something on, and we will be able to see everyone who's in a certain metaverse, if not all of them combined at the exact same time. So the idea is people will be able to collect these digital pieces of clothing. Like imagine there's also, I don't know how frequently many of you are on Instagram at all, if not the Instagram NFT space. People are developing like physical wearables. So like masks and hats and clothings and dragon wings and things like that. So when you walk down the street, you will not physically be wearing these, but you will be able to see other people wearing them in the digital kind of sense. So this is where it actually ends up coming from. Because, once again, digital collectibles are a thing. They're going to continue to be a thing. And I think mega companies are trying to get into it right now. So here's the actual trademark listing for it right here. I'm not going to scroll through the entire thing. These things are always like 900 pages long. On top of that, for those of you who forgot, even earlier in the year, Nike already started getting into the NFT kind of space with something called Crypto Kicks, where they had the idea that you'd basically be able to collect these digital shoes and then kind of make them have babies, not even joking, and then you'd get a whole new sneaker, and that'd be kind of cool and stuff like that as well. So just understand where all this is going. On top of that as well, tying loosely, if not indirectly, directly into it as well, Mythical Games has announced the conclusion of a $150 million fundraising round. The company conducted the raise at $1.25 billion valuation on Thursday, which was led by Andreessen Horowitz. Mythical said it plans to use the new infusion of capital to help integrate NFTs into games. Yep, you heard it right. Co-founder John, Jamie, and Rudy have a wealth of experience in the gaming world and have built a world-class team to support their vision. We're thrilled to partner with them to bring NFT gaming to an even larger stage, end quote. You don't understand how large this is going to be. I'll put it to you this way for those of you who grew up with this. You played Pokemon. I played Pokemon. A lot of you might still play Pokemon. I plan on buying the new Pokemon games when they come out. Imagine being able to buy a Charizard NFT. And I don't mean the actual card. I mean like you can buy a Charmander when Nintendo does make NFTs. And you look down and it's walking next to you because you have this little headset on. Imagine you're walking down the street and you see someone else with a Jigglypuff or a Skarmory. Not sure what generation was the last one you actually played. And you can battle with that Pokemon against the other person. No one else sees it, but it's happening because these are NFTs that you own. This Charmander has a specific thing on it that says that it is yours and only yours because you downloaded it as an NFT. Imagine a situation where every game you've ever played is no longer just on the computer, no longer just on your phone, but it's actually in the world around you. This is what's going to happen. This is what I mean by NFTs are not simply just pieces of art. You are going to be able to digitize everything and NFT-ize everything at the exact same time. It's just a matter of that company licensing it, hint, and also being able to put it out there as well. So we are going to get to a point. I give it no more than 15 years. Do you see how quickly? Think about where the internet was in like 2000 and where it currently is right now. Everything is online. Anyway, not to, continue to bring the point home, but Mythical Games, $1.25 billion valuation, NFT to gaming as well, which is also what I think GameStop's new motto, I think is also NFT-esque as well, if I am not mistaken. Dragging the train right along. I've heard of them before. BTS. It says Hybe, Hybe, the home of superstars. BTS is officially getting into 2021's most talked about and lucrative digital market, NFTs. Apparently, this is a boy group from, doesn't say, South Korea. Sorry for screaming that. I was proud of myself for finding the words. Who apparently are going to have NFTs based off of them as well. Anyone surprised? No, you shouldn't be. Also in the news as well, I told you were going to see a very strong trend. Huobi is trying an NFT marketplace to further GameFi and metaverse, to further the GameFi and metaverse strategy. Once again, I told you we're going to see a trend. There's an enormous, constantly, and this is only like 1/8 of it, of the actual NFT news during the course of the week. A lot of people who have gotten it, I do tip my hat to you because you will be one of the earliest adopters. Everyone else seems to completely not understand exactly how big that this is actually going to be. The fact that Facebook openly announced that they're changing the entirety of their name to make a metaverse and to be called Meta. Everyone else is now going to be doing the exact same thing. Everything that we already do is online, and the world is about to get a lot more digital. But it's going to be, once again, buying digital land is already a thing. And now it's going to shift even further to digital collectibles that you are at some point, I'm telling you, going to buy a digital piece of art, a digital collectible. I'm explaining it to you. And in 5-10 years time, it's going to be worth about 10, 20, 30, 40x of what you originally paid for it. And I think that's the point when many people will finally really click and really understand. But anyway, that's all the NFT news that I have in this video. There was, of course, a lot more, but alas, here we are. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, Real Vision founder and CEO Raoul Pal is opening up to his followers about how much of his portfolio he's devoted to Ethereum and why he prefers Ethereum over BTC. He says basically that Ethereum has a lot going on. He thinks that Bitcoin is cool because you can use it as money. It can be used as gold. However, he says Ethereum has a restricted supply because of the burning of ETH for its gas fees. Everyone's staking their tokens for Ethereum 2.0. So you've taken loads of Ethereum off of exchanges. Then there is about $100 billion locked up in DeFi, NFTs, and all of that. That leaves a free float of around 11% of Ethereum. We were talking just about 2-3 weeks ago. Somebody calculated the numbers and they assumed or believed, went through the numbers, that only 16% of all the Ethereum that there is in existence is actually left on cryptocurrency exchanges. Raoul Pal is now saying around 11%. We've been getting supply shock news for a very long time. I will say this, and I need you to really do your own research to understand exactly the schematics of how it actually happens. But to be basic, what happens is rich people can take off as much cryptocurrency they want from exchanges or other platforms, yada, yada, yada. Eventually, it will begin to reflect in the price. We've seen Ethereum shoot up rapidly in price over the last couple of weeks because less and less Ether is actually on cryptocurrency exchanges. It's locked up in DeFi and ICOs and STOs and other things on the platform and NFTs and wrapped tokens and wrapped this and burned and yada, yada, yada. You kind of name it. But it is fairly simple if you know what to do and have enough capital to be able to make it look as if prices are trending sideways or even going down as the amount of coins on a cryptocurrency, once again, do your own research, are on a cryptocurrency exchange. This is all done on purpose. You cannot, as a wealthy individual who's trying to buy up all the Ether, alert other people, normal people, that you are doing this. Prices have to rise, but not too dramatically. Why do you think we keep getting all these banks and institutions saying Ethereum should be over 16,000? They're predicting a $35,000 Ethereum by next year. It's because there's not a lot left. 11% of the entirety of Ethereum. Now imagine when Ethereum's price continues to go higher and more rich people and normal people are buying Ethereum, fragments of Ethereum, more projects come out that you need to actually lock up your Ethereum into to be able to allocate the internet and so blockchain space. And then the burn only continues to accelerate. And the only way to make new Ethereum is by actually having Ethereum yourself. He said 11% is all the available Ethereum that you could buy if you went into the marketplace. And we've got that demand shock going out in front of our eyes. Bitcoin has nothing like that going on. Yes, there is a supply shock. Yes, there's a bit of demand shock, but it just doesn't have the network intensity that Ethereum does. Cool. I don't disagree with him at all. I think, once again, I think this is all incredibly coordinated. We are at a point in time where we've been told or have heard over the last couple of years that a number of these digital assets could explode in value. Assumption that rich people will already do whatever they need to do to be able to stay rich or get richer. If it looks like Bitcoin is at 60,000 and could potentially go to $1 million in 10 to 15 years, you'd better believe there's going to be some mudslinging going on. If Ethereum is 4,000 or something odd dollars right now, and it has the potential to go to 10, 16, 25, 35, maybe even a $100,000 Ether in the next 10 to 15 years, you better believe that there's going to be some weird movements on cryptocurrency exchanges and also of prices. Raoul Pal also mentioned very recently that he thinks that this current bull run that we are experiencing is not going to end until next June. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the... Oh, and also he says that he holds around 85% of his portfolio is in Ethereum, just in case you were wondering. Anyway, that's the supply shock news. I think we're seeing the beginning of it, but prices are still extremely low, especially when there's no crypto actually left. Let's move on. Next up, the CEO of Kraken is saying that the cryptocurrency exchange will expand its range of products and services. In an interview with CNBC, Jesse Powell says that Kraken is branching out into products and services generally associated with legacy financial institutions. He said, we're getting more into traditional financial services, such as stock trading, banking services, and maybe even small loans at some point. I assume this is being done to further branch the cryptocurrency space. I don't think this is I don't think this is them going to be moving exclusively into the stock world. It's more of a lot of the new people we've seen over the last year and a half were previously only into the traditional financial world. If you have these things on your platform, this is my idea. If you see these things on a platform that you start using and hey, cool, I made 8% on my stocks this year. That's amazing. And then you see other charts and somebody made, 8,000% from a cryptocurrency, they begin to slowly transfer over into our market because our market is just so much actually better. Anyway, so yeah, Kraken's going to be getting into the traditional place. Once again, I assume it's to get people more into crypto, but also just to have the extra revenue. Why not have a one-stop shop for all these things? Especially, because we also had news earlier this year. A lot of people were trying to offer fractionalized stocks and stuff like that on their platform. Yeah. Let's move on. Next up, the highly anticipated Bitcoin protocol upgrade known as Taproot is going to activate on block 709,632. It is believed that this is going to happen on the 16th of November. It will bring many improvements by replacing the ECDSA signature with Schnorr, enhancing privacy, scalability, security, and lowering fees. We've been talking about Taproot and Schnorr since around 2016. It appears that it's finally here. For those of you who are wondering why it takes so long to have these upgrades on Bitcoin, the idea is Bitcoin's core, the main chain, is far too valuable to simply upgrade every week. You have to make sure that any upgrade on a $1 trillion blockchain is going to be tried, tested, and true, that it has no mistakes, no faults, no nothing, because if Bitcoin breaks, the entire market breaks. And I know somebody just went, no, that's a lie. You have no idea exactly how big Bitcoin actually is in all of this. Bitcoin itself is a monetary magnet that moves the market. But alas. So yeah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is going to allow, as you're executing smart contracts on Bitcoin, I think that they appear as normal transactions, allowing for private transactions to take place. Yada, yada, yada. For me, it's more so the lowering of fees. I think that will make people the most happy. There have been many different discussions over the last 3-4 years to give Bitcoin completely private transactions. I think we're a good 5 to 10 years away from that. I think Bitcoin has to have permeated into every aspect of the world before we can have completely private transactions. Just so that, if you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so yeah, the 16th of November is when it's supposed to happen. A lot of people are very excited for somewhat private transactions on Bitcoin. And yeah, let's move on. And to finish things off, Star Financial Bank, otherwise known as Star Bank, says it has become the first bank in the United States state. What? United States state, sure, why not, of Indiana to offer Bitcoin services to its customers. The services will be offered through the New York Digital Investment Group, or New York DIG, an Alchemy platform. Customers will have the ability to buy and sell Bitcoin via the Star mobile banking application. Cool. I do not live in Indiana. If you do and you use Star Bank, ask them about it. Go have a long conversation and say, hey, what's this? And really give them hard-hitting questions I don't know. I can't think of any right at the top of my head, but that's, just make sure that, if you're buying the actual Bitcoin, that you're actually buying the physical Bitcoin and you're able to withdraw it to your own personal wallet and not simply have to recash out into the US dollar, which then is also a taxable event. So, Anyway, yeah, good for them. I hope it works out. I commend them for being the first one in Indiana to offer this service. Eventually, they're all going to offer their service, but in 5 years, they're going to be able to have one of those stickers on their door, first in Bitcoin, and everyone will, oh, that's amazing. They were the first ones to offer us Bitcoin. All right. Yeah, I do hope that you all enjoyed. I'm so tired. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See